Hi guys, and welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the turtle library to build shapes in Python. Now, what is turtle? Turtle is a pre-installed Python library that enables users to create pictures and shapes by providing them with a virtual canvas. The on-screen pen that you use to draw is called the turtle, and this is what gives the library its name. So let's get started. So the first thing I'll do is create a new file. And I will also save this file as, so I want to create a name for the file. So I'm going to name this shapes.py. Now the first thing I do is to import the library, which is turtle. Now we have imported the library. The following thing would be to then call out the window or the canvas. So I will create a variable called window, assign it the following function, which is turtle.screen. So you have to make sure that the S is a capital letter because it is case sensitive. Now what this does is it just calls that canvas onto your display every time you run the program. I'm going to add another function that allows the program to go into the main loop until a mouse is clicked. Is it on click? So basically what it does is, let me run the program. Basically what it does is if I click anywhere on this canvas, it will close the program. Now that we have that, we are ready to start drawing shapes. The first thing I will do is to change the background color. White is too bright for me. You can leave it as that, but I want to change the background color. Again, you're gonna use this turtle module a lot, and the attribute is background bg color, the American way. You cannot use the other spelling. And then you define the argument as the name of the color. So I will go with black. Now this will create a black screen, as you can see. So I can just click on it, it will close. The second thing I will do is to introduce speed. This is the speed at which my code will draw the shape, with 1 being the slowest, and I think 10 being the fastest, and 0 being instantly. So 0 is the quickest. It's weird that they did that. 0 is the quickest, 1 is the slowest, but the higher you go, the faster it becomes. So 0 will draw instantly. 1 will be the slowest drawing pen. So just keep that in mind. So I'll keep mine at about 4, right? I think 4 is a decent speed. Now I will also add turtle dot pen size, because I want it to be a certain thickness when I draw the line. And then I'm going to make this 5. So at this point, the turtle does exist. As you can see, if I change the color back to white, the turtle sits right there at the center of the canvas. That black arrow facing to the right, that's the turtle. But because I have a black background, we are not able to see it. I am now going to start drawing. The first shape will be a square. I'm just making a note. That's why everything is grayed out. It's because I use the hashtag. This is just notes. It has nothing to do with the program or the code. So I'm going to start building. So I'll say turtle dot pen up. Now what this does is it lifts the pen off the canvas, because you don't just want to start drawing where your pen is sitting. You have to decide first where you want to start drawing, right? So you have to lift your pen up, or else if you go to a different point, you're going to draw a line. We don't want that. You lift your pen up and then you move it. So pen up, then turtle, go to. Now this is where you tell it where you want to start to draw. So I will start at about 250 minus 250 and 0. So the 250 is the X axis and the 0 is the y-axis. If I run the program, this is what will be happening. Somewhere the center is 0, 0. Anything negative will be on the left on the x-axis, and anything negative will be at the bottom on the y-axis. So 250 will be somewhere here. I can't really see my turtle because it's black, and I think this is where I should start giving it a color. But before I give it a color, let me first put it down. So I'll say turtle pen down, right? So I'm putting my pen down to start to draw, because I've decided, I've now definite coordinates where I want to start drawing. So I will then give it a color, turtle color, and I will give it, you can say red, right? So when we run this, you'll see my turtle is sitting over there. So it's on the left, 250 pixels from the center, and 0 pixels from the y axis. So it's dead smack at the center relative to the y, but 250 relative to the x, right? So we are good there. Now I'm going to start drawing. So I say turtle dot forward. The default movement of the pen is from the left to the right, unless if you tell it otherwise. I want it to move 100 pixels to the right. So this is what will happen when I play. You see it moved. You might have not been able to see the turtle moving, maybe because it's a little bit quick, but I have a feeling that if I slow it down a bit, let's make it 2 there, and speed and run again, you will see it move. There you go. I think you saw that one move. So I will continue. Now the next thing I will do, I want to draw the vertical side of my square. Remember, we are drawing a square. So I'll say turtle, and then I will say left, because I want to turn upwards. Left relative to the horizontal line is up. Whenever you write the direction, it should be relative to the orientation of your current line. So if the line is horizontal, the left will be the top and the right will be the bottom. So it's gonna turn up, and you will see what I mean by that. And I want it to turn up by 90 degrees. So when I run the thing, you will see the arrow immediately points up, because it wants to start drawing 90 degrees upwards to the left relative to this line. The left is this side, the right is this line, the other side. So now that I've done that, I can repeat this process, right? Say copy, and I say turtle forward, because now I want it to move, so it will start moving up. And as you can see, it's sorry about that. As you can see, it will move, but now it's still facing up. I want it to go this way and then that way. So what do? I need to tell it to go left again, left relative to the line, right? So the left will be this side, the right will be this side. So we go back here and we tell it to do this. So you will notice something. This is being repetitive, right? So we have to do this 4 times to close the block. So instead, I'll just copy everything again and paste it right here. So it does this 4 times and it draws a nice perfect cube. There you go, right? So now our turtle is back to its original position, ready to draw another line wherever we choose, or however long we want it to draw. So that is great. Now I don't really like the red. I like this other color called pale violet red, right? This is a color that I like. By the way, where did I get this color? If you go on Google and you type in Python color palette, maybe even be more specific and say turtle color palette, it will give you all the colors and their names. So this is how I found out about this red. I don't know many colors other than the standard colors: red, green, blue, yellow, that kind of stuff. But this is the color that I liked, and it looks sweet to me. So this is the color. This is what it looks like. A bit like pink, but I chose that color. So you have those options. And another thing, if you look at this code, it's repetitive. there is a smarter, quicker, shorter method, which is using the for loop, where you can say for I in range, right? For I in range 4 basically just means that range has 4 elements, right, to it, and for every element as you are going through that range, it's going to plot this the following, right? So we're going to delete this thing here, and another thing that we're going to do is, oh, you have to have a column there, you have to indent this, right? It has to be indented to this indicates that it is the for loop process, right? So everything will happen until this all 4 elements have been ran through. So the first element will be 0, it will draw. The second element will be 1, it will draw. The third element will be 2, it will draw. And the last element will be 3, and it will draw. I know it says 4, but it counts from 0 to 3. It just means there are 4 elements. It's not, doesn't mean that it will count to 4. It means it will be 4 elements. Start from 0 to 4. So if I play this, you will see if I run it, the code is still drawing our shape as before, but it's shorter and more professional. Now we are done with the square. We are going to draw the triangle. The triangle is going to be pretty much similar to the square, so we're going to copy this because this is pretty much standard for all the shapes. Why do I say that? Because we are, first of all, we have to lift the pen up, because otherwise we're going to draw another line from our square. We don't want to do that. We don't want to have 2 shapes linked by a line. So we lift the pen, we go find a new coordinate. This time around, through trial and error, you can search where you want your code to sit. I decided I'll make it 100. So it's going to be a little bit more to the right compared to this, but it's still pretty much on the left side of the screen since it's negative. Then pen down. Now I put the pen, since I've decided where I want it to sit, and the color, I will give it say green. Let's start with green. All right, that's the color I give it, but we have not yet started drawing, so we maybe can see the turtle. If we do this, see, the turtle is green now, it's ready to draw. We can see the turtle there, but we have to start drawing. So the triangle is a little bit interesting, but it's gonna use the same method as the square, and the reason for that is because it has equal sides, and the rectangle has 4 sides. That's why the for loop runs 4 times, but the triangle, it has 3 sides, 3 equal sides, right? That's the key part. If you're drawing a triangle with different sizes, you couldn't use this method. It only works for a triangle with 3 sides being the same length. And I want each length to be 100, but the degrees can't be 90 because I won't draw a triangle at 90 degrees. So you would think the right answer would be 60, because a triangle with equal sides has 60 degrees at each corner. Let's see what happens when you do that. It attempts to draw a triangle, but however, it just draw 3 sides that are going astray. And the reason for that is this angle that you have here is the angle on the outside. It's the angle here and not the angle in the inside. You have to give it the correct angle, which is the angle on the outside, and that angle should be 120. This will draw a proper triangle. So let me try to run this again. Build, and as you can see, I have drawn a perfect triangle, but I noticed something. My triangle is shorter than my square. I want it to be at least the same height with the square. How do I achieve that? I can increase the sides until I get, like I say, a trial and error. I've realized that if I use 120, I get a perfect size that sort of equals my height of the square. So 120 seems to be the perfect size. You can play around until you find the right size, right? So we are done with the triangle. we simply go to the next shape will be the circle. Okay, circle will be the next shape. Now the circle, again, this will be the same. We lift the pen up, we find the coordinate, we put the pen down, we give it a color. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here, then pen up, but the coordinate, if I leave it as it is, it's going to draw the circle on top of the triangle because they share the same coordinates. So I need to move it to the right. So I'll say let's move it to positive 50. Okay, let's see what will happen when we move to positive 50. And another thing, let's change the color. The color, I'll make it orange. Let's say orange. This time I will add fancier colors later. For now, let's make it orange. Circle is the simplest to draw because there's a function actually in Turtle library that actually draws circles, and it's called circle, right? And then you simply just do that, and you give it an argument, which is the radius, not the diameter, the radius. Now you saw that all my shapes have a height of about 100, right, and a width of about 100. So if the radius, if this is the radius, to get a diameter of 100, what will be the radius? It will be 50, because radius is half of the diameter, right? So this will draw a circle that has the same height and width as my square. So let's play this and see what happens. It does draw a circle, but it is too close to my triangle. Again, through trial and error, you should play around with this until you find the right spacing. I found that 100 works for me, so I will make this 100, and I will also change the speed at which this draws the objects. So I'll make it 5 because I want it to be a little bit faster, maybe even 6. All right, let's make it 6. Now I also needed to change the colors. Like I said, I like my colors the way I like them. So I'll change the triangle to medium spring green. Orange, I will change this to Indian red 2. I swear guys, I'm not making these colors up, they're there. So let's see how they look. Oh, there's a problem. Medium spring green something. Oh yes. This should be medium, not median. Okay, let's run this. There you go. So these are the colors that I choose. Okay, the triangle looks a little bit bigger than the rest, but it's fine. You can always size it the way you want. You know, maybe make it 115 or 116 maybe. But anyway, that's fine. Now we will draw the last shape, and as you guessed it, it's gonna be the cross. I'm trying to go for this PlayStation controller, symbols. That's why I also went for these crazy colors, right? I'm trying to match what you will see on your PlayStation controller, those little 4 shapes on the right hand side. Now the cross will be the most challenging. However, this will still remain the same. We are going to do pen up, find the coordinate, pen down, introduce color. Copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. So I'm going to move this to about, I'm going to move this to about 200. So I'll let the spacing between the two of them 200, and I'm going to leave that at 0 because y-axis, I'm not changing anything on the y-axis. This will have to change as well, and the color that I went with was called cornflower blue. Okay, this is the color that I went with. Now, so look at this shape here, right? If you look at this, you'll see that the arrow or the turtle is faced this way. So if I start moving it, it's not gonna draw what I predicted to be the line that goes diagonally, because I want to draw an X which will look like that. So I have to first change the orientation of this turtle, and I do that by first giving it a turn. So I need to turn it to a certain orientation. So I'll say turtle left. I want it to go left, and I want it to go left by 45 degrees, right? 45 degrees. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I need to change the speed of this. It's taking forever. See, I like that orientation already. So 45 could be what we need. Let me change the speed of this and just make it 0, because this is taking forever. Right now, it's 45, and then I can start to move the turtle forward. So I will type in the forward command or a function, and I will say it should go forward by 100. Let's see how that looks. Well, it's short because this is a diagonal line. Had it been vertical, it would have been perfect, but since it's diagonal, it has to be slightly longer so that it can give me the right height. So I need to add more. Again, through trial and error, the right size was 140. Now I am also going to do something, right? I am going to then say pen up, because I'm done with that line. I don't want to join it to anything. It has to go, the pen has to release. Now I go next, right? I need to go to a different position. And what I mean by that is, if we play, oh, pen up, something is wrong. Oh yeah, I need to put in the module turtle dot, right? So now if I run, you will see that I'm at the right height, but I don't want to continue drawing from this point. I need to start drawing here. So I need to move my cursor back here. Okay, so what do? I go to the go to function. So I'm gonna say, right, turtle go to, and then I give you the coordinates I want. Remember, I started the one at 200, but this time around it's 200 on the x-axis, but on the y-axis is going to be at the top, not at the bottom. And I said it should be 100 pixels high, right? So I'm going to say 100 pixels on the y-axis. So it's going to start drawing on the y-axis at the top, and as you can see, it's there. However, the orientation is still going diagonally upwards. We want it to go diagonally downwards and to the right, right? So we have to change it. Either we'll say left and we give it a degree so it turns all the way around, or we can say right, which will go this way, which is the shortest path to me, because it will be the shorter angle or the smaller angle. So I am gonna say 100. Okay, so now we're gonna say turtle right. We want it to orient to the right, and I think the right degree will be 90. The right degrees will be 90 there. So let's look at that. As you can see, this looks more promising. It's pointing the right direction. Now I will then go ahead. So turtle forward, how many pixels? 140. Remember, this is a diagonal line. It's not going to be the same as the vertical line, so that's why it's longer. Diagonally will be longer than the vertical. We can say turtle pen up, and then we give it the brackets there. Since it's a function, we don't need an argument. Now let's see how this looks. Oh, it didn't draw. What happened? It didn't draw. Oh, pen up. We need to bring the pen down. So we can say go to, and then turtle pen down. See, it didn't draw. That's because the pen was up all this time. So we can say go to, then pen down, then 90 degrees. In fact, it will make more sense if I put the pen down over here, but it still does the same thing, right? You see, we put it where we want it, and then we change the orientation, we put the pen down, and we start to draw by using the forward function, and then we lift our pen. So let's see how that looks. Now there you go. However, if maybe you want to render this image as your profile picture, something, this wouldn't look so neat with that little turtle showing up there. So we need to remove that turtle. How do we do that? We can come here and say, actually, I've moved this so far down. Let's bring it back in. So you can do that by saying turtle hide turtle. So you're basically just hiding the turtle, right? So let's see if what I did is correct. And there you go. The turtle is gone. The shapes are drawn. So this is how you draw shapes using the turtle library in Python. And guys, please support by subscribing to the channel and or liking the video. Thank you very much. See you guys on the next video. Have a nice day.